Hello Virgo, welcome to your reading for the last 1 to 2 weeks of July, so probably the second half of July I guess we could say. And and if something doesn't resonate, just leave that for someone else. And let's welcome in the Archangels, Ascended Masters, Light Beings, Star Beings, our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral or dragon guides you feel resonant with, Virgo, and any other spirit guides that you would like to call on to assist with this reading today. Okay, let's have a look. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the Moon, and the Knight of Pentacles. There's something from your past here, Virgo. Some values or some beliefs that you've adopted. And I feel like you're really looking at them closely now. Sort of, I guess, with the interests of your own self-care. So I think you're really looking at some of these beliefs and going, is it good for me to hang on to this belief or value? Or would it be better for me to let go of it? There could be something here that you're looking at. But I think you're really looking at things from a perspective of wanting to and feeling as though you are needing to do what is best for you. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, nurturing self-care, and this is the the values and beliefs that, or there could be one value or a belief that you're looking to release. I'll grab some more cards here. Keeper of Challenges, which is the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. I mean, Virgo, you're a detailed person, and you're probably really looking closely at this too. And this could be something about your your younger years that you're looking at as well. But once again, it's this idea of combining kind of like analysis and scrutiny with like investigative mindset, Virgo, with regard to this idea of love and compassion. And I think it's like, once again, this idea of like, are you at the moment doing what is in the best interest for your self-care, okay, and self-love? Maybe you're asking yourself, have I taken care of myself sufficiently? Or maybe there's some things that you are looking to tweak in that area. You also have the Sun and the Hanged Man here. Very much like Taurus's reading, actually. So I feel like, you're kind of really contemplating your mind, body, spirit here, but in light of a higher frequency version of you wanting to come through. And that's sort of to do with your ability to, I guess, in terms of self-love, self-care, also fulfilling your potential with regard to that, Virgo. And the Sun is shedding a lot of light on things at the moment, and it's almost like if you feel like you are kind of looking deeply inward at the moment, which I think astrologically is a bit of a theme at the moment. You're looking deep inward, deeply. It's going to, if you can get some sunlight as well, it's going to really help you to I guess this is almost like a chrysalis, and I feel like there's this heat from the sun, like there's things that are melting away here. Like there's some ideas or beliefs that you've held, Virgo, about yourself or about life in general, or about your place in the world, or about your relationships even, that is sort of going to be dissolving. There's something that's going to be dissolving. And here we have, moving forward, your Knight of Pentacles here, step by step, being very careful and cautious, but making progress nonetheless as you look at the things that have been hidden from your conscious mind, so to speak. I feel like there's some mind, body, spirit things that, or some values and beliefs that you are really examining, but they have their roots in deeper things that have gone on, so in your subconscious, okay? So, this is a very Virgo energy. This Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady, and just taking the care and the care that you need to take in order to investigate this aspect of yourself. I feel like what you're really wanting, it's looking like what you're wanting to align with here is your self-care. I was going to say self-core, which is weird. But maybe the self-care is at the core of your being here, okay? There's something at the core of your being that you're looking at, or the core of yourself. Seven of Swords again, emphasizing this idea of extracting what is useful and leaving behind what is not going to be useful, okay, in terms of your values and beliefs. You also have death or rebirth there. And, this is a process. It can be a slow process, given that it's a death card. A slow process of reorienting values and beliefs about yourself, Virgo, about your potential, about things that you're wanting to release. And once again, very similar to Taurus's reading, what you may not be aware of is that, this is kind of the start in some ways. This deep self-introspection and self-exploration is the start of a new outlook, a new path, a new way of being, okay? And you're going to be successful here with the Emperor. You're going to be building and recreating your own inner world, and as you do that, your external world will be recreated as well. That's the second time the Emperor has appeared today. Two of Wands again, the bottom of this deck. So a new path, and there's also something here that you're holding, and this is like the sort of like the new world, or the new your new sphere of experience, okay, which could be something that you are contemplating. I also really love this shield here, which is the red and the white flower, which is talking about, red is that passion, grounded energy, and the white flower is that, purity, the spiritual aspect. So this new way of being is going to be a combination of both of those things, groundedness and spirituality for you, Virgo. And here we have the Three of Pentacles. So a really nice collaborative energy. Maybe you'll be working with others as well. But also talking about being creative and involving yourself in a craft or in an activity or a project, which could be helpful. Because if you're doing some deep introspection, sometimes doing those things allow you to become present, and very meditative is going to be helpful. I actually really like this deck, Enchanted Forest Tarot. Looks like she's mixing up some herbs, so maybe, having some herbal teas and things like that. Doing some gardening as well could be helpful. And here we have the Chariot, Virgo, which is that, I guess, the courageous energy that that you could be in at the moment with regard to looking at yourself, looking at, I think it's to do with fine tweaking your self-care and the looking after yourself. But this is part of preparation. Okay, it's preparing you for the higher frequency energies coming through. And this is what the sun is talking about, you know, that high frequency light. I also just drop in the word here, the moon sort of reflects light. So, you know, this is this idea of reflection. Okay, literally kind of looking at your reflection or looking at yourself. Okay. 8 of Pentacles, yeah, working away happily at something that you find meaningful and fulfilling, Virgo. And I think as you're doing this deep introspective work, you know, being able to ground yourself and do practical things whilst doing that over the period of whenever you're doing it is going to be helpful, okay? It's not like if you are, you know, doing some introspection and self-analysis that, you know, you have to necessarily lock yourself away for days and days and go into your head and not do anything else, okay? It's better to keep doing things and be gentle with the process, which I really like here for you, the Knight of Pentacles. You're really approaching this subconscious exploration with gentleness and care, okay? Yeah. Well, that's the general direction moving forward, is for you to, yeah, do that. To be, yeah, to take care of what you do. And the Empress, wow, abundance. So Egyptian guides could be of assistance to you at this time as well. Abundance, earth connection, definitely this energy of self-care. This is a little bit like the Queen of Pentacles. She's also very grounded and nature connected. So in some ways, this Empress energy encapsulates the energy of the reading for you, Virgo. Okay, self-care, really tapping into your inner abundance and your soul gifts and honoring them and loving those gifts and appreciating them. 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's going to be challenges, but this particular 5 of Wands, they're all kind of pointing in the same direction. So I feel like whilst things may feel like they go off track at times if you come up against obstacles and challenges, generally if you can keep coming back into this self-care energy, it's all going to kind of flow in a harmonious direction. Okay. Queen of Swords, wow. So yeah, that sword energy, which is to do with your personal truth and those values and beliefs that you are wanting to, the ones you're wanting to either change or release, and there are some that you're wanting to keep or develop further. This is what the Queen of Swords is sort of doing here, because being the feminine energy also encapsulates water, so meditative, so meditating on those ideas and beliefs that, you know, that we're talking about, this inner work here, as you are doing with the Hanged Man here in suspension. This could be also talking about a spirit guide who is assisting you, or who you may be able to tap into and communicate with. Could also be talking about an aspect of your higher self. You know, a lot of wisdom and compassion rolled into one here. So in terms of self-care, wanting to tweak that for yourself, could be very helpful energy. Could also be someone in your life that's very supportive. Okay. And actually, we're going to look at the bottom of the deck, sorry, lastly. 2 of Swords. Yeah, so that's sword energy. And the interesting thing is here, you have the 7 of Swords twice. And yeah, this is talking about the 5 swords that, you know, are going with you, and there's 2 that you're leaving behind here. So maybe this is for you to kind of identify. I know sometimes the 2 of Swords is about indecision or using your intuition, which that could apply as well. But maybe this is about identifying a couple of things that you feel are no longer serving in terms of a value or a belief. You know, either about yourself or about your life or how you do things. Yeah, and just I guess just sort of sitting with that, really, and just, you know, looking at it, maybe doing some writing or journaling here. The Knight of Pentacles is sometimes sort of to do with that type of energy as well. Yeah, so just sort of examining those values and beliefs, or a value and a belief that you feel you need to transmute in some way. So there we have it, Virgo. I hope that's been helpful. Yeah, you have lots of, kings and knights and things here. So you're coming into some mastery as well with things. And yeah, just keeping up the good work and moving forward into the higher frequencies as we do that. Well, we need to release some things so that we can move into the higher frequency. Okay. And that's probably what's happening for you, Virgo, according to this reading. So I hope that's been helpful. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, fantastic week. I'll see you soon. Bye.